When war started, when did they bring in the conscription?
When did
they bring in conscription?
conscription? Actually, I don't know, but it had been. I was called up in 1937. It'd been 1939 when war was declared. When was war declared? Now
September 19.
September, October, possibly a couple of months after. You know, it started. I went in first, just before. Just before Christmas, and then on Boxing Day I went for the medical, and then I wasn't called into the actual service itself until the 8th of January. And at the 8th of January I boarded a train in Shipley, all with the passes and necessary documents, and I landed at some barracks, Sheffield, in the 6th Battalion York and Lancaster Regiment.
Mm-hmm. Were you surprised when you heard war started?
Did I?
Were you surprised when you heard war started?
Surprised when the war started? No, because it was kind of budding, wasn't it? Hitler was going too far. I don't know whether I'm surprised that Britain eventually going to war against him or something like that, but it had to be stopped. And of course Britain entered the war, and so there was no surprise about it really.
Did they report Hitler much in the papers?
Did they report in much in the papers? Yes, yeah, I should imagine so, because I can't remember reading them at that time. Possibly it didn't interest me. I was in the forces and that was it, type of thing.
What did you think of the Munich Agreement of 1938?
The what agreement?
Munich Agreement, when Chamberlain made an agreement with Hitler.
In 1938. 1938. Oh, I think Chamberlain was a bit of a softy myself. But I can't tell you what I thought about the agreement. It probably didn't interest the man in the street, type of thing, if you follow what I mean. That's about all I can say about that.
That's fine. So can you tell me a bit about your army training, please? Your training in the army. Can you tell me about that?
Training?
Yes.
I went to some barracks, and we hadn't got a uniform or a rifle, but nothing at all. When we went marching, we marched in our civic clothes. But I think the pay was something about a shilling a day, or something like that, 8 or 9 shilling a week or something. But we got an extra 6 pence for wearing our civic clothes. And then along came the battle dress. Then we went into the battle dress, and then as the training progressed, as regards marching up and down Sheffield and in and out of the square at some barracks, then that was a training centre for raw recruits. So we'd advanced a little, and we was then moved to a place called Encliffe Hall. And that was in the district of Sheffield, of course. It wasn't so far away. And then, of course, new recruits came in too, and they got the same bashing as what we got. And at Encliffe Hall, then, we got rifles then. So we went on the rifle ranges, shooting at 100 yards, 200 yards, and so on, you know. And actually, I was pretty good at that. In fact, I won a competition. I got 20 Black Cat cigarettes for being a good shot. But that was as far as the York and Lancs went. Right?
Yeah, just checking it's recording properly. Yeah, okay.
Are you still there?
Yeah, it's just checking it's working properly, yeah. When you were in your training, when you were in the army, did you wish you weren't in the army?
Did I?
Did I wish you weren't in the army?
I don't really know. I did want to join the Air Force before it started, but my mother said, don't be in a rush because they'll call you when they need you. And my girlfriend at that time, she was the same. She said, don't get dashing off. So I waited while I was called up, and of course I was called up into the army, and it didn't make a right lot of difference to me, really.
Was the pay better than most jobs you had?
Pay better.
Was it better than your previous jobs in the army?
What, the army pay?
Yes.
No, it carried on very, very poorly. I couldn't tell you. I couldn't tell you exactly what it was, but it wasn't so much anyhow. Not for first 12 months or something like that. And I believe we did get increases as time went on, but I've truly forgot.
So was it only a couple of months, and did it take a couple of months to get the uniforms then?
No, a month. I would say a month, not a couple of months, before we got into uniform. Yeah.
What did your relatives think of you being in the army?
I should imagine the same as all the relatives all up and down the country. There he goes, and that's it. We hope you get. Wish you the best of luck and hope you come back safe and sound, type of thing. I can't read people's minds.
Okay. Did you have any relatives serving in the army?
Relatives?
Yes.
No. I had a brother who went in a bit later on towards the end of the army. But no, because the rest were too young. I was the oldest of the family.
So how long was it? How long did your training last?
How long
did the training last?
Training? Now then, 1940. January, February, March, April, May and June. May, 6 weeks. It was about the middle of April when we boarded the train to go down to Southampton to get on the boats to go across to Cherbourg. And that was all the training of rifle shooting. That had finished then, so we just we were soldiers then.
Did you feel ready to be sent abroad?
Did we feel
ready to be sent abroad?
No, you didn't feel ready. You waited until that time come, then you felt ready. I can't explain that. I can't analyse that. It's a case of you were just all together, all lads all together, something sort, and whether you're ready or not ready, it didn't make any difference. But when the time come, of course, then you were ready.
Okay.
That's when the Germans started pushing through. Right. But it didn't do much good because we all turned and ran for Dunkirk.